right. Well, this morning we're heading up to Maiden Cliffs, Camden Hills State Park. Want to get out this morning somewhere local, let Alexa sleep back at the house after yesterday's adventure, and air Havoc out because he stinks. And so does his leash and collar, which are attached to my waist. So I stink. It's all right. Hope you guys enjoy the view up here.
We're happy to have you here for the second half of our return to Maine. In this episode, you'll hike with us up to Maiden's Cliff, see the town of Camden from Mount Batty, witness the incredible Penobscot Bridge, and reach the easternmost point in the U.S. in Quoddy Head State Park in Lubec, Maine. If you recall from our last episode, Havoc had a painfully intimate encounter with a skunk last night.
Can you kiss a pretty girl, charming Peppy? Oh, that's silly.
So we rolled out this morning with the windows down to both salvage our trip and let some fresh air work its magic. We've come to this amazing state park with each visit. While it may lack some of the grandeur and the signature rugged coastline of Acadia, it makes up for it with its own gorgeous views and complete lack of crowds while delivering some rugged hiking and sharp changes in elevation. It's also only 30 minutes from our house here, not 90.
Stairs after stairs after stairs. And more to go. All right, we have arrived. This is why we buy quality pants. You got it.
The landmark cross adorning the cliff is in memory of 12-year-old Eleanor French, who fell 300 feet from that spot in May 1864. The details vary between accounts as to whether she was just there with a couple sisters or also with friends and a teacher. When a gust of wind blew her bonnet off her head, she went to catch it, not realizing how close to the edge she was. Another gust sent her over the edge. Years later, one of her sisters recounted that the fall did not actually kill Eleonora, nor were there any visible injuries, which is a bit hard to believe given the height and terrain. Regardless, she passed that night, forever cementing an otherwise beautiful sight in tragedy. This latest cross is actually one of many and was installed in 1992 after the former ones either succumbed to the elements or were vandalized, such as the 600-pound cross knocked down in 1988. Today, it still stands like a sentinel over Maguntacook Lake below.
Well, we're up at the top of this nameless top along scenic trail, and yeah, clouds are moving in, and it's not supposed to rain till tonight, but I think it's time to get down and get dry. One thing I love about hiking in New England is all the balds. Just totally devoid of vegetation, making your way across the rocks. It's one thing I'll miss when we head out west, but I think we'll get over it. Oh, look, it's a little bald bench. Left. Come on.
Sections like this are a constant reminder that a bit of coaching is required.
So stay to the right through the roots as you come down. You got it. Just treat them as steps. You go.
Due to her brain surgery, April's motor functions will be forever reduced.
Good job.
But with each challenge comes some small measure of improvement. It's simply a matter of managing expectations. Now that we're finished, we're going to jump back in the truck and drive up to Mount Batty to take a look at Camden.
The last time we were up here, it was crazy storming. This time, pretty nice out, a little bit of a mist, but unfortunately we're not able to climb up the tower like last time because, oh, would have been nice to know. Oh well, view is still great. Look at that, ready for the Olympics. Kept it on one board. So the last time we were on this trail was 3 years ago, and I'll put up a picture and show you guys how wet it was last time. Rain gear, water was literally cascading down these stairs. Couldn't see anything from the top, and yeah, we still did it. A little more enjoyable this time around, but we're gonna head back up now and head into town, get some lunch, get some groceries to get the stink off the dogs, and then yeah, check you guys later.
We spent our last full day in Maine driving over 3 hours to the tiny town of Lubec. To get there, we crossed the incredible Penobscot Narrows Bridge. Built in 2006, it's one of only 3 cable-stayed bridges in the country and is 2,120 feet long and 135 feet above the Penobscot River. It went from design to construction in just 42 months as an emergency replacement for the previous bridge that had stood since 1931. The bridge also has the first bridge observation tower in the U.S. and is the tallest public bridge observatory in the world. It also claims the first usage of carbon fiber reference strands in the U.S. when 6 of them were replaced in 2007 to determine the feasibility for future designs. And it just looks really cool. After a lunch break at this peaceful park tucked behind a retail area, we finally arrived at Quoddy Head State Park. Built in 1858, the West Quoddy Headlight Station replaced the original lighthouse from 1808. It sits near the easternmost point in the United States, guiding ships through the Quoddy Narrows between Lubec and Campobello Island in Canada. The tower's beacon is 83 feet above sea level, and the light, using a third-order Fresnel lens, has a range of 18 miles. The state park itself includes 5 miles of trails throughout its 541 acres. The trails take you along rugged shoreline, through dense forest, and 2 separate bogs should you hike them all. Unfortunately, we ran out of time to cover them all, but we're grateful for the gorgeous weather to explore such a unique spot and close out our trip. After one last stunning sunrise, it was time to pack up and head home. With good weather ahead, we spent one last night in Vermont to break up the drive home. We stayed at this hip campsite during our 2021 trip and loved the absolute solitude and open space, so I was pretty happy to see that the spot was available the night we needed it. While there was no greeting party this time, it was great to just kick back, relax, put the drone up, and spend some time around the fire pit. Special thanks to our nieces Olivia and Alex for the perfect sticker we added for the trip. We love pooping in the woods almost as much as we love you two. And cheers to April, celebrating 5 years cancer-free this summer. Never stop fighting, baby. As always, thanks for joining us as we share our story of using adventure to allow April to heal and us to grow. Until next time.